Welcome back to FM Story. We're into the second half of season 17 in the South American Glory Hunt save, where we still need to win the league and the cup in Uruguay. We're still with Cerrito in Uruguay. We also at some point need to go back to Brazil to win the Copa de Brazil. And it's time for the opening day of the league season, where we've got a home game against River Plate, who are the defending champions, but whose manager is in an insecure position. So a victory here could potentially lead to the end of his reign and potentially a chance for us to move up into a bigger club. We have had the draw for the third round of the Copa Uruguay, and somehow for the second season in a row, we've been drawn against Nacional, so it's going to be a very tough task there. But without further ado, let's get into the action for the first game of the closing stage of the league at home against River Plate. So, this is the side we've picked for the game against River Plate. We are quite a while since our last game, so we're not exactly match fit. We are missing a Tila in the defensive midfield role who is suspended, so Britos has come in, and we've gone with Acosta and Vasquez in front to see if that's a partnership that will work in the second half of the season. And immediately we are 1-0 behind. A corner to the back post, and basically it looked like a free header. I mean, yeah, pretty much a free header. And that is not the start we needed. Right, a throw in for them. Another ball towards the back post. Another free header. And yeah, this is bad. Right, Ferreira to Fernandez to Ferreira. He goes infield to Ponti. Vasquez from the edge of the box and just couldn't get it on target. We could do with getting a goal quickly back into this game if we're going to get anything from it. Right, we won a header there, but they've got the ball at the back. And they're in behind again. Right, we are... I mean, this game's pretty much done after 20 minutes. And another attack for them, a throw deep in our half. Oh my God. At no point in our time at Cerrito have we defended this badly. I mean, Ponti gets it and then just lets them take it off him. And then no one comes to Vieira. I mean, this is going to be 5. Oh. I don't even know where to start with them. It's not even like there's anyone putting in a even half-decent performance. 4-0 at half-time. And that is just against a team that aren't in form either. Right, we've switched things up a bit to see if we can make ourselves a bit more solid and a bit less easy for them to play through. Long ball up. They've won the header though. And now... we've blocked that shot. Now Ponti to bring it clear. And we're getting players forward here. Acosta in the box. I mean, he must have been offside there. Right, a corner for us late on. Can we at least even get a consolation goal? Ponti to the near post. The header comes back off the bar. And it just is not our day whatsoever. Adevaldo with a free kick. And it goes behind off the woodwork. And there we are, full time, 4-0. Just a horrendous first half. I suppose the positive to look on it is we didn't concede anything in the second half. But, I mean, we had 18 shots and we only forced the keeper to make one save. It's just not good enough. So, it is the middle of September. We're about halfway through the closing stage of the league. And to say things have gone horrendously in this second half of the season would be a bit of an understatement. Obviously, we saw the opening day of the season where we lost 4-0 at home against River Plate. We then lost 2-1 away from home against Misiones. We were 1-0 up until Hernandez got himself sent off. And then with 10 men, we conceded 2 goals. We lost 1-0 away at Cerro Largo. We lost 2-0 away at Phoenix. We picked up 3 points in the league by winning 1-0 at home against Wanderers. But then immediately we went back and lost 3-2 against Colón de Montevideo and 2-0 in the most recent game against Montevideo City Talk. Which means from a league point of view in the closing stage, we are bottom with 3 points from those 7 games. We are starting to slip down the table. Luckily, some teams have done particularly badly in the opening phase. Cerro Largo in particular, and hopefully we don't collapse too badly that we're in relegation trouble. However, the one bit of a bright spot is somehow we managed to beat Nacional 1-0. And so we're through to the 4th round of the Copa Uruguaya. We've been drawn away at Miramar Misiones, which, considering where they are in the overall league table, you would think is probably one of the better draws we could get. However, we have lost twice to them in the league this season. So maybe not the best of things. We have changed the formation. Obviously, that 4-2-4 didn't seem to work. We went to the 4-3-3 that we played last season, which seemed to work against Nacional, but then hasn't really worked, apart from that Wanderers game, anytime since then. So we've now gone to a 4-3-3 we've played previously with a flat 3 in the midfield, just to see if that makes us any more secure in this next game against Racing Club de Montevideo. We have had a bit of an issue. We had one senior goalkeeper. He fractured a finger. So the most recent run of games, we were without Pereira, although he came back in for the last game. So things are not going well. The squad's not very deep. And there just doesn't seem to be a way out of this at the moment. So here we go. This is the team we've picked for the trip to Racing Club de Montevideo, who are having an okay closing phase, not as good as the opening phase that they had. We've gone with Attila at right back because we've done away with the defensive midfielders and got the flat 3 in midfield. So we've moved Janata into the centre of defence to partner Ferreira. So we're going with the 4-3-3. They've gone with the 4-4-2. And then from the kickoff, we've got the ball. Britos bringing it forward. Attila at right back looks to play the ball over the top. It's headed clear. Now it goes through to Ferreira, the left back. He goes down the line to Ponti, who's ball into the box looking for Acosta, and he just can't keep the header down. And it's a more positive start than we've seen at any point really in this closing phase. Now they've gone short with the goal kick. Now they've played it around us there. Now they're attacking down the left. Attila cuts out that ball into the box. Janata finds Beltran up to Acosta. Now Britos out to Ponti. He had a loose touch on the ball, but we've managed to win it back. Britos down the line for Ponte. He pulls it back towards the penalty spot. It's headed away from Hernandez. Hernandez now has it. Attila from distance, and it ripples the roof of the net on its way over. So we are playing reasonably well. Right, Attila with a throw. Hernandez back to him. Ball towards the back post. Easy for the keeper to come and claim. Right, we're trying to force them into playing it long. They've won the flick on, but Ferreira is round the back tidying up. Then he goes long down the middle of the pitch, and it's just going to come straight back at us. But Attila cuts that one out, finds Beltran. Beltran still has it, but he's lost out now. We are just giving the ball away now. It's turned very scrappy. Acosta back to Ferreira. Long over the top, looking for the run of Ponte, who takes a touch, squares it. Acosta sweeps it home. And I think that's a pretty deserved lead, given the way this opening half hour's gone. It's just a long ball over the top. Ponte chases it, takes the touch with his head or his chest, then squares it. And Acosta, I mean, there was two of them there that could have finished that, but Acosta finds the back of the net. And that's 1-0. And there we are, half-time, 1-0 up. Things are going pretty well. The two players in the wide positions, I mean, Ponte's taking a knock. Beltran came into the game not in the best of fitness, so we might need to replace them at half-time. But overall, we've been a threat going forward. We've looked relatively secure at the back. We could just do with keeping hold of the ball a bit more. Right, so we have swapped the two wide players. Vasquez has come on the right. Mendoza's coming on the left. Right, we made another couple of changes. Bizaglo's coming in midfield for Hernandez, and Marquez has come on at right back instead of Attila. Janata to Marquez. Looks for the long ball. It's been cleared. And then they've swept it out to that left-hand side. Janata gets a touch on the ball, but they're in behind now. And thankfully, he went for goal rather than pulling it back, because if he'd pulled it back, there was three of them there that could have had a tap in. In the end, Pereira turns it behind for a corner. And we've managed to get a head on this one, unlike all those ones we didn't get a head on against River Plate. They've still got it, though. Cross in, got another head on that one. And I think we've half got that one clear. Right, it's less than 10 minutes left now. We've not been as much of a threat ourselves in the second half. We are hanging on a touch. We've got the head on that, but it's gone straight back to the throw-in taker who's driving in field, shoots from distance, and that was always going over the top. Into injury time. Nothing much happening. And there we are, full time, 1-0. Probably, I mean, certainly in the first half we deserved that. The second half we were, as we said, hanging on a touch. But hopefully that can be the start of turning things around. And there we are, the end of another episode, and a pretty horrendous one like that. The way that closing stage of the league started, it's not great. We somehow managed to make it past Nacional into the last 16, and hopefully that last victory is a turning point for the season. Join us next time to see how the season ends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.